Sometimes tell me the odds. You know, like when I ask. Thank you. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. We're in the Plan, which is my weekly show that talks about all the different holotable shenanigans occurring throughout our existence. I don't know. The things that happen in and about and around and amongst the various things in the holotable, the community stuff, all of the news, everything, guys. I think I skipped last week, which is fine with me, honestly. I make no apologies. But we have a lot to talk about. We've got a new ship. We have to see if that is all that and a bag of chips. We have to see if what surprises me, guys? What's in the thumbnail? What do you think surprises me? I'm interested to hear what you think. What surprises you? There's lots of things that I'm sure surprise you. And me. We can all surprise each other. And it's not necessarily the most amazing thing that we can do to each other. But I will say, hopefully it's not a surprise that I am very grateful to all of my patrons. You guys are amazing. And I just, really appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much for your support and for everything, guys. I couldn't do it without you. I really couldn't. So thank you so much. Just a reminder, folks, that if you want to support this channel, all you've got to do, for free, mind you, all you've got to do is hit that like button, subscribe, comment, let's mount the algorithm, guys. Let's do it. And gals. Gals are not exempt from mounting the algorithm. They are, very good at it, I've heard. Someone told me that at one point. Alright, first things first, folks. Just want to give a huge shout out to the Denver Nuggets, who are now going to the championships. We do not know who they're facing, but this is the first time they've ever gone to the championships, to the finals, and I'm pretty excited about it, because I'm even talking about it on a Galaxy of Heroes channel. It's pretty bizarre, even for me, but it's exciting, guys. Truly. If you're not rooting for an NBA team, I strongly suggest that you root for the Nuggets. One thing I did want to throw out, guys, is if you're getting bored, if I'm not providing enough content for you already, I do have a once every 2 weeks podcast with my sister that we think it were pretty funny. It's called Our Mom Has It on VHS, or Omhiov, and it's we think we're pretty funny. So I would recommend checking that out. I'll put the link in the video description if you want, but you can look it up on Spotify or iTunes, whatever, all the different major carriers of podcasts. It's a fun time. We're still figuring things out, but go check it out, guys. It's a good time. Now, as far as this channel goes, I have a few different videos that I put out. I released this one a little bit late. This is my basic teams video for 5v5s. Just go over the different meta things that are happening. Yeah, 5v5 offense, 5v5 defense videos. So all three of those are released. I try to do 3 of them every new GAC season, and maybe that's overkill. I'm actually considering doing a 4th. I don't know, guys. I don't know if this is like me asking for advice or just expressing my question, but should we, I want to make one for Prevail Man level accounts, which is like my 4.4 million GP account. But I don't know if that's really going to have enough relevance, and I don't know if it's worth making for every single month. I'm just not sure. So should I alternate between that one and my 8.8 million? Should I try to do some mid-season kind of thing for that account? I don't know. I'd be interested to hear what you guys think, what you guys want, because I'd like to make that video, but at the same time, I would also like to not waste my time and not waste your time with too many GAC videos, especially because GAC is more and more of a hobby for all of us, which, I mean, it's a fun one, but, You know, so we've got the Thai Dorito, folks, and it's here on the holo tables. It's interesting that it's here, actually. I'm not... I was surprised. I thought that they were going to stick with the Sith Empire motif, you know, like with that theme where, you know, we'd have like just ships from that time period. Like maybe we could do one with Treya and company. Maybe we could do one with, you know, Malak or Sith Empire troop or whatever. I was not expecting a First Order ship that was also a TIE fighter. I'm not really that annoyed with it. I just it surprised me, guys. That's not what was in my thumbnail, by the way. This also did surprise me, though, and I just can't stop seeing it as a Dorito. It looks a little bit dumb, to be honest, guys. Once you unlock it, you'll be like, wow, like they just decided to go with a different shape. Like they're like, hey, squares are just not cool enough. We wanted to go with triangles instead. Like, I'm like at a loss for words at how dumb it is, but it is a requirement for the Leviathan. And so here's the drop rates. It's 3% drop rate, we're pretty sure. So I only copy pasted this. This is courtesy of, I've just learned, and I didn't put it on here, I'm sorry to say. San Holo did all the math for us. So keep in mind that this is all based off of if you already started the chase with 11 or 1200 basically fleet energy before everything started. I'll let you guys read it for yourselves, but I mean, here's the thing, guys. This is actually alright, so you could see it as really expensive because it's probably like 6,000 crystals total for you, alright? And yeah, that's not the very most awesome one. Make sure to do your refreshes. Make sure to do your conquest, or not your conquest, I mean do your conquest, but make sure you do your web store refreshes. You might get some ship energy from that as well. But keep in mind, guys, if you want to get Leviathan unlocked like in a timely fashion, then this is going to be the way to do it. And it's 6,000 crystals. I'm going to be doing it for free on my Professor X account. And it's, you know, just save your crystals, all that stuff. I've been saying that for a while. I don't know if I officially said it in one of these videos or not. I've been talking about it a lot on the podcast, etc. But that just... this is a pretty cheap way to get a character all the way to 7 stars right away, and this is an unlock character. Remember, you need 7 stars to be able to unlock Leviathan, and so this is probably the best way to do it, best strategy to do it, and I don't know. I hope RNG is in your favor, guys. It's maybe it's an irritating thing to a lot of you. This isn't too bad to me. I think as far as crystals go, you can earn them if you're in, especially if you're in Kyber and you're winning some of your GACs. This is something you can save up for, but I mean, if you haven't saved up for it yet, then maybe it's too expensive. I mean, if you buy a vault, you should be able to get this and whatever the other ship that they're going to release is, that you should be able to get it pretty easily. Now, remember that the Fury Interceptor says that we're, like in their FAQ, we're going to have one more ship released as well, and it's going to be released before the Fury Interceptor is unlocked, so expect that pretty soon. Not like imminently, but we have basically 1 month from today before we unlock the Fury Interceptor, so we should be getting another Galactic Chase, I don't know, in a couple weeks, something like that, and the full requirements will be revealed soon. We'll probably have to find out what the next ship is, though. I don't know what it's going to be. Some random ship, obviously, so I don't know, guys. I just don't know. But, one way or another, probably get it soon. I hope. I don't know. So, to switch gears a little bit, the raid has been taking a toll on all of us. We've been hitting it all the time, and it's just non-stop. It's just, you you get your rewards and then relaunch. And once every like 2 or 3 months, sometimes your guild will have like 1 day off because you've been slacking and have not been getting all of your tickets. And I don't mind the new rewards. I am a little bit frustrated, I guess, with the amount of time that it's taking to do it. Like, we used to get our rewards, and I didn't really put any effort or time into it. I just simmed a couple of them, and then I got lower rewards for the Sith raid and the Rancor raid because other people in my guild liked to run it, and it was a good relationship. They could have the better rewards, and I could just do nothing. And now I'm required to do this raid, and I don't know, guys. I'd be interested to hear what your thoughts are. Like, I'm already hearing people talk about how it's getting old because it's just the same thing over and over again. I mean, the new teams, like, there's a bunch of different teams, and it's all, you know, they're right now. To me, it's still a little bit fresh, but I could see in a year, after doing this 120 times, it could get pretty old, especially across 3 accounts. But you know, you guys don't run 3 accounts like me. You're not crazy. You're not pain mongers. But this is I don't know. What do you guys think? Are we spending too much time in game? Some people, whenever I say that we're spending too much time in game, people typically just say, "Oh, you just say that because you have too many accounts." Maybe that's true. Maybe I'm biased in some way because of that. I will just say that I've heard more and more people tell me, "Man, I never understood what you were talking about until recently with the raid. Now it's taking too much time, and I don't want to spend this much time in the game." I don't know if the new raid stuff really just like super validates my position on things, but because I held it before the raid was here. I think they're trying to make us spend more time in it. Like, think about this, guys. I want GAC. I would love it if GAC got revamped somehow. I don't know how they do it without adding more teams, though. My imagination isn't there. Maybe they'll be able to do it somehow. I hope they have a really creative way to fix it, because right now I have too many teams, and eventually you will too. It's just going to get more and more congested. We'll just make a bunch of super teams. But if they do expand GAC at some point, or Territory Wars for that matter, it's starting to get really congested there as well. Even more so than in GAC, in fact. If they do get it to, if they go to fix it and they just add more teams, like, I don't want that either, because we take too much time. Like, I don't even want them to fix my favorite game mode because it's taking too much time. I don't know. Never has my resolve been stronger. I want them to fix it. I love GAC, but man, it's getting to be a lot, guys, I think. Which is what she said, maybe. Optimistically, perhaps. Now, this is the thing that surprised me, guys. I was not... So I did expect them to let us use the new raid currency to buy all of the guild store characters. What I did not expect was for them to let us buy Wampa and Rolo and Hoda. And I think actually we can buy General Skywalker and Malak as well for the new currency. Now, you can't get that much. If you're getting a decent box, then you could typically get about 40 shards of Wampa every month. But keep in mind, you can also get, I mean, even if you're doing the latest territory battle, you should be able to be double dipping and farming these characters at a pretty quick rate. My Prevail Man account actually now has a 7-star Wampa and has a 6-star Hoda, and those are the only ones that are really holding me up. Hodaing me up. That had to work better in my mind. But I should be able to get Hoda farmed in the next couple months, and then I don't know. We could go get Jedi Knight Luke a little earlier than I planned. I'm not sure how that's gonna go. I'll give you guys an update video at some point on the farming situation for that. So this did really surprise me, and this is a very strong thing that CG did. I mean, this is a wonderful catch-up mechanic, just giving us more opportunities to buy characters that are older. Like, Wampa's really old. I mean, from the Hoth territory battle. It's like the Geo territory battle unlocked years ago. The Hoth one was way before that, and Wampa has not been that available. So pretty excited that Wampa is finally more available. This is a good catch-up mechanic, folks. This is very, very good. No, I wish we could buy Ki-Adi-Mundi shards with this, but maybe eventually we can. Who knows? Who knows, guys? Now, the calendar is kind of hinting at... It's looking like this coming month we're going to be unlocking Leviathan, which is... that makes sense. So Sith Assassin makes sense that they'd be hinting at it. The HK-47, I wonder if he's going to be the pilot of a Dark Ebon Hawk. I keep saying that this is my favorite theory, but we'll have to see. My alt accounts guild leader came up with that, so full credit to him for it. But a Dark Ebon Hawk would be really fun for the final ship, and HK-47 would be the ideal pilot for it. Or maybe HK-47 will just be required, but not, you know, like they required Mon Mothma for the Profundity, even though she doesn't have anything to do with any piloting. She doesn't have anything to do with any ships at all. She just happens to be accurate to, like, lore accurate to that time period with Profundity. And so maybe HK will be something similar, but... Or maybe this is just a red herring. The one thing I did want to mention, though, guys, Sith Assassin, I keep seeing people say, like, oh my gosh, I need to get a Sith Assassin up to Relic 7 right away. Like, we gotta farm Sith Assassin. Gotta get Darth Revan up to Relic 9. Obviously, we have to have Darth Revan up to Relic 9. All of these different things, and... I just want to pump the brakes a little bit, guys. My guess is that Darth Revan is going to appreciate Relic 9, frankly. Like, probably we want our best pilots, or at least the capital ship pilots, to be Relic 9 because of turn meter things. But here's the thing, guys. You don't want to paint yourself into a corner either. Like, I have Relic 5 on Gar Saxon and Imperial Super Commando, and there's actually a fleet comp. The best fleet comp for them right now requires that ship to be significantly slower. Now, people tell me that they don't want ship mods, but the fact is, once you get a ship too fast, you can't really slow it down unless I just have to take the mods off of Gar Saxon and Imperial Super Commando and be grateful that they're not good in-game so that I don't have to use them without mods. And that's the only way I can slow the ship down. And you don't want to have to remove mods from Darth Revan. You don't want to have to remove mods from Sith Assassin. Who cares? She's not that good. But I mean, they might make her good too. You never know if they're gonna, revamp the kit or whatever. And we don't know if she's even a requirement, though, guys. Putting Relic 7 on a character that isn't even a requirement, they might require just the ship. You might not even require. She might not be good with the Leviathan. We don't know. And the thing is, you can just save that gear. You don't have to apply it on Sith Assassin. It's not like it's doing you any good by applying it on her right now. It's like, oh, hey, I get to use her doing what? Like, what does her ship do? What does she do? Nothing. It's not worth putting gear on right now, guys. Save the gear. Be prepared to apply it. I'm not saying she's not going to be required. She probably will be. But why not just wait? Be a little patient. Hold your horses, and maybe you'll be rewarded by not applying something that you're going to regret later. Just a word to the wise, folks. Now, when is everything being released? Everyone wants to know. I think that Leviathan will be released at the end of June, frankly. I don't think it's going to wait till July. Survivor Cal, I think that he could either be super early, like or I actually think I didn't post this here, I wish I had, but there's actually a comment saying there's going to be an update to the game on June 30th, and that there's going to be something like trying to sign up for the new territory battle. You will have a smaller selection phase, a shorter one because of an update that's coming into the game. My guess is that it's going to affect territory battles, which is going to mean Survivor Cal will be available right around the end of it. Now, if you want to just go by when you're going to have Tarf and Saw done, if they're just going for people who are soft whaling, which is like buying them with crystals, then I would say probably like really early June. I think I will have them both at 7 stars by June 8th. However, I don't know if that's going to really fly. Maybe. My guess is that we'll have, well, maybe we'll have them both in the same week, Leviathan and Cal. Maybe Cal will be sooner though, guys. I mean, here's the big thing is CG is not going to only let like 200 people unlock Cal and then just have everyone wait for however long. Like, they're not going to release Cal right away. Like it's not imminent. It's not going to be this coming week because they're going to have to, like, having a new fancy awesome character released that only like 200 people in the whole game have access to for 3 months seems like a crazy waste of resources on their end. Now, are they capable of it? Sure. I don't think that's what they're going to do, however. I think they're going to have Survivor Cal just be released once some spenders, a lot of spenders in general, have the time to be able to unlock him. I don't think you're going to be able to free-to-play unlock him unless you saved a ton of crystals and are able to spend some on shipments. So I think that it's very possible we get the kit for Survivor Cal and the kit for Leviathan pretty soon, actually. Survivor Cal, it wouldn't surprise me if it was early June. But it also wouldn't surprise me if it was sometime in July, after they've done whatever the territory battle update that they're going to do is. So I mean, I guess this is just a fancy way of me saying I don't know about Survivor Cal. I think it's pretty imminent though, guys. Once people can spend enough crystals with enough weekly weekly shipment refreshes. So you need like 3 weekly shipments to be able to unlock him. My guess is that once you have 3 of those for Tarf and Saw, then we'll get Cal. That's my guess. And we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to see what his kit is, and if he's going to be someone who can help Jedi Master Luke. I would absolutely love that. So, anyways, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Would love to hear from you. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Zareth prevails.